Okay, so this website is dedicated to Starbucks, Coffee Bean, all the other coffee shops worldwide, especially Starbucks, because they've invested the most corporate resources in hunting me down, trying to off me or remove me from society for the things I know, in a mass discrimination. We don't like his kind can't exist, with every excuse on a daily basis for a good 20 years, to remove me from society, working with illegal police and government operations, which start at 5 years old. But I will try to stick to the coffee shops and Starbucks, because Starbucks has taken part, when contacted by the police, told that we don't like Kevin Pearlman, and given the endless laundry list of lies about me, Starbucks acted as vigilantes to hunt me down and stalk me at every location in the world, working with Coffee Bean at every location in the world, and every other coffee shop, small or big, at every location in the world. But once again, Starbucks has invested insane amounts of corporate resources, with endless death threats from having black people follow me, hitting me, and attacking me, assault and battery, working with the LAPD and police to try to silence me for what I know, and they're trying to cover up their mass crime spree against me. And the more information I have obtained with photos and videos, the more death threats I've gotten. For example, Officer Toro, which I don't think is his real name, claiming that if I ever take a picture of a person, he will exercise the law in his own way, threatening to have me killed. Dog attacks, working with Starbucks people, you name it.
What is it? What is that?
But the other things that are going on is these aren't just coffee shop locations. What happens is I go to a coffee shop, I'm attacked by the people waiting for me, attack me with their passive aggressive tactics. People will then follow me into the coffee shops. Some days it'll be as small as 10 people following me in, some days 100 following me in, some 2,000s per day, literally, following me with these mental illness tactics. They never ever stop. But then when I leave the coffee shop, go home, or go to other places, there's all sorts of instantly connected events through the internet to create mental illness, trying to torture and kill me with these surrounding places. So, for example, the Met Complex here, where I live in Woodland Hills, will instantly be working with the coffee shop no matter where I go. So if I go to a Starbucks in Laguna Beach or a Coffee Bean in Laguna Beach, instantly when I come home, the conversations will be transmitted to the Woodland Hills people, and they'll be doing things on the streets to leave me hinting messages about me going there, about other aspects, you name it, to try to create mental illness and kill me, showing that this isn't really necessarily about coffee shops, since this is happening at every place in the world, restaurant, coffee shop, shopping mall. But my point is that Starbucks has actually taken a role with Coffee Bean and the other coffee shops to hunt me down and have me killed, based on the police saying, look, Kevin's on the run and he's done something which I'm not allowed to know what specifically. Therefore, we want you to help us hunt him down and rid him of the world or kill him. And Starbucks and Coffee Bean and other coffee shops have taken an active role in saying, yes, police, we will, and government, we will help you kill Kevin Pearlman or rid him of the world. Well, I'm here to tell you that I don't care who tells you that you're allowed to pretend you're a cop. You become a vigilante and you're taking the law in your own hands. And just because a police officer tells you that someone's on the run or committed a crime, which is also known as hearsay, everyone, and I mean everyone, is taking part with these lies and these murder operations, which I find out at 29, met with Mike Huntley, who was sent into my life at 14, saying I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with, and basically you're a dead man with the police, trying to, or letting me know that they launched at a very young age a worldwide or escalating, exponentially growing worldwide campaign to have me killed or eradicated, no matter what it takes. What it's about? Well, I'm not allowed to specifically know what it's about because there's nothing it could be about. Because we have a thing called the Constitution of the United States, and it makes sure, and it does things like make sure that these things don't happen to people. So, while now Starbucks and Coffee Bean are working with the police and the government to hunt me down and eradicate me, they're also working with the entertainment industry, with the adult industry, and every other industry of having people follow me to coffee shops and other places and then say I'm somehow stalking them. So, for example, I've had endless porn stars follow me to coffee shops or actors, and then supposedly, even though I might not even say anything to anyone, instantly I'm stalking them and won't leave them alone. Right? Now, these types of things are all day and night, 24/7. To give you an example, I have video footage of some coffee shops in 1 hour. There will be over 100 provokings per hour going on each and every coffee shop and location worldwide that never end to try to figure out how to give me mental breakdowns or collapse my nervous system to have me killed or rid of the world. Or like Sean Dinsey's Discovery or website says, how to force people into mental institutions, which is highly illegal, and showing that he's basically a racist and a bigot who's heavily involved in these extermination operations to remove me from society. While these mass crimes on the surface appear to be just civil, libel, slander, defamation, of damages to my life worldwide from Coffee Bean, Starbucks, and other coffee shops, it's not really just civil because the premeditated intent and motive is to kill someone or rid them of the world, which is a criminal act. So really what we're talking about as far as damages, the damages involve destroying my ability to have friends, relationships, family, jobs, walk outside in public anywhere in the world with mass attacks endlessly over and over, all based on lies, smears, defamation, slander, libel, meaning that these people have committed every crime known to man, and then with the sugar-coated topping to have me killed or rid of the world is the criminal aspect. So, the question you might be asking is, what is it that Starbucks, Coffee Bean, and all these other places have to hide that they want me dead and gone, that they're paying off people to threaten my life over and over, and the physical attacks to have me killed, the falsified police arrests and things like this, throwing me in maximum security prison for misdemeanors? What is it that they have to hide? Well, if you found out that Starbucks Corporation were hunting people down and killing them in mass coordinated conspiracies based on his kind can't exist, we don't like his kind, not only is that discrimination, but it's a mass conspiracy worldwide to kill someone or rid them of the world. It's not me walking into one coffee shop and them going, we don't want you here because we don't want your kind here. It's every location in the world with thousands of people per day following me into these coffee shops alone, and the ones that aren't following me know who I am and are told and are given packaged psychological warfare tactics to try to torture and kill me, and these things go all day and night, 24/7, and never stop. And so what is it that Starbucks and Coffee Bean and these other coffee shops have to hide? It's called attempted murder. It's called torture, inhumane torture, attempted murder that never stops, and it all links to people I knew growing up, like Paul Humphrey, who worked at Topanga Gateway Plaza Security at one point, who was sent into my life with Mike Huntley to have me killed or eradicated, and me not making the connection when I first started going to coffee shops in 2001 and finding out that Paul Humphrey and Mike Huntley were heavily involved in these murder operations with the government. And so Paul being on the defensive because I started to get into drinking coffee and wanting to get out more and do things and be social, going to coffee shops, after finding out, or after met with Mike Huntley's death threats at 29, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. You had better live a careful life. We're using the system against you. Singing World of Paranoia over the office while trying to turn me in, make me look like a violent paranoid schizo, and endless other things like this, working with the police and government, all linking not just to coffee shops, but all the way back to 5 years old. Hence, John Paul Naranjo attacking me and punching me 7 times in the head, which the police weren't concerned about because they're all involved in this mass conspiracy and they don't want the truth coming out, despite the endless video footage, documentation, things I can talk about in 10th grade. Mr. Quigley, my English teacher, telling me to punch Paul Schaefer to try to make it look like I was a violent paranoid schizo, which didn't work. The Corey Bixby, frame jobs, you name it, these endless things growing up at a very young age with my brother and his friends told to do all these things to me that they don't want me talking about. All these things open up doors, not just from coffee shops, but linking back to these government flagging and extermination operations starting around the time I was 5 years old. But my point is that Starbucks, Coffee Bean, and all the other coffee shops have actively made conscious decisions to take part in hunting me and having me killed or eradicated to try to figure out how to remove me from society with every lie, smear, defamation, setup attempt, physical attacks, and all day, night, 24/7 severe mental abuse attacks to try to silence me and get what they want. And that is what this website is about, to show you with proof and evidence based on Starbucks discrimination, Coffee Beans discrimination, these mass worldwide discrimination to rid me of the world and then try to cover it up with every lie known to man. So when you're looking at this website, realize that while these are now about 42 years of global murder operations, Starbucks and other coffee shops are heavily involved, who need to be held accountable for trying to torture me and have me killed. This isn't one racist or one racial establishment. It's the entire Starbucks corporation notifying all their stores worldwide. The entire Coffee Bean doing the same thing, and mass notification tools built with the internet starting in 1994 to notify the masses to have me killed, all with his kind can't exist, not just discriminating, but actively trying to hunt me and have me killed since a young child, all taking part in aiding and abetting this mass crime, with people like Officer Sean Dinsey paid off to support these operations. Now keep in mind, when we talk about Officer Sean Dinsey, he's a bald skinhead, just like a lot of my attackers are kind of bald skinheads. Is he a skinhead? I can't answer that, but I can tell you I'm Jewish, and I can tell you that they're throwing out these labels, his kind, while trying to hunt me and kill me with every resource known to man. With these psychological warfare and terror operations, then going, you're imagining it, and you just magically turned into a violent paranoid schizo at 29, met with Mike Huntley's death threats that he is using the system against me, and the little cryptic, we're going to make you paranoid, make you look like a violent paranoid schizo while trying to hunt you and kill you since a very young age, starting at 5 years old, and all the things Mike Huntley's trying to cover up with my brother that he did with his friends, and Mike Huntley was originally one of my brother's friends. If you kind of want to trace the information flow back to a younger and younger age, and why these things are happening, and where it starts, and how it progresses, and things like that. So once again, this site will give you a brief overview of the mass attacks and murder operations with the LAPD and people like Officer Jensen, Sean Dinsey, Officer Toro. If you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. You name it, all these people working together to try to silence me and immobilize me while hunting me down to either kill me or lock me away in some kind of cage.